All right. Go Rush. Go Rush. Week 1. I was going to say night 1. I actually messed up a couple of times before this. And I was going to say night 1, but it's really week 1. Guys, we didn't expect a lot from this show. We didn't. I didn't expect a lot from the show. I knew they would wrap up a couple of things or they would extend some things. But what we got here was good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But let's make this very clear. It's safe. Now, the booking's not bad, but it's still safe. That's the truth. It's safe. Now, the AAA mixed tag titles were the first thing to open up on the show in New York City. Hey, I'm a New Yorker. I had to say it. New York City. Whenever you see a New York crowd, you know they'll be loud, they'll be rowdy when they're in the mood, or they won't give two damn flips and they'll think it sucks. And you'll know it. So the crowd in Madison Square was, I believe it was Madison Square, was good. It was not a big problem there. I liked the setting. Now, seeing the Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, did I really believe they were going to get beaten by Joe Henry and Thea Hale? No, not here. No. I didn't see them losing here, particularly that they just got the titles. And when you are willing to flip the titles to somebody, it's got to be for a good reason. Or what's going on in TNA. I did do a video. Tomorrow you're going to see the first of 2 videos and hopefully as many as I can produce before the end of the year. It's not been easy the last couple of months. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done a lot of videos. There's certain things that's been going on. And I have not been able to produce the way I want. So I'm hoping after these 2, I'll have more for you. But seeing what happened in TNA and then seeing this, I was not surprised. There was no way you're going to actually let Ethan Page and it made no sense for them to lose those titles. It was an alright match. But you guys tell me below, honestly, this is me. This is just me. Between me and you, is it my imagination of Thea Hale and Joe Henry have some type of weird chemistry together? It's not that they're not working good together, but it's like, I don't know. I know Jones is about, 27, 26 or 27 easily. I'm not exactly sure how old he is, but he's like 27 or something. And Thea's like 20-something, 20, 21 at least, easily. No, 20? You guys tell me below if there's some type of weird dynamic between the two that is either they really like each other as family or really close friends. It just shows on screen. It just shows. It's almost like Thea is actually in real life really gotten so used to working with Joe that they have a strange kind of family dynamic. I don't know. You guys tell me below. Now, let's move on to the North American title for the women, Blake Monroe versus Soruka. This was not about Blake. And I know a lot of people say this has always got to be about Blake. No, it's not about Blake. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that Blake doesn't have a good character. I'm not saying that Blake isn't bringing the hell. I'm not. But this wasn't about Blake. This was about Soruka. And this was about Zaria and what dynamic they had between each other. Because it is obvious they're reaching a point between the two where somebody is going to leave the other. It's either going to be Soul, it's going to be Zaria. One of the two is going to leave the other and possibly either turn on the other, or eventually you're going to see one challenge the other for some reason, either for a title or just to see who's better. It's coming. And when you see this match, which was a good one, it wasn't a bad match, you see that Zaria eventually, because Soul's knee is still not ready yet, even though it barely healed, as in story, she literally got her knee bent to her neck, right back here. She got that sucker bent so far forward, arching her back so much because of how Blake was doing it. She got her knee literally could have been hitting her neck, the back part of her foot. So Soul's saying, no, 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 this can't be done. And you see Zarya begging her to surrender, and she's refusing. Zarya eventually throws in the towel. I'm sorry if I said Soul. I'm sorry. Zarya throws in the towel. They have the conversation in the back, and Soul is angry at Zarya for doing what she did. And she's telling her, look, you're too damn stubborn. You're too proud. You have to think about your future. And Soul's not thinking that. She doesn't give two damn flips about her future, but Zarya does. She's being a really good friend. But in this situation, good friends don't mean anything when you want your damn title back. And even though Zarya is going after the speed title and Soul's pissed, it is obvious that if Zarya wins the speed title, to me, Zarya and Soul will come to a crossroads where either Soul's going to turn on Zarya and turn heel, or Soul's going to try and challenge Zarya for that damn title if she wins it. It just seems to be that way. I just don't see Zarya turning on Soul and turning heel. She's been, yes, she can be aggressive, she can be bad, but she's being very faithful to Soul. So faithful, in fact, it's a detriment to her. That shows how loyalty to her is, which that's how it feels, and that's where we're going. Now, next, the NXT tag titles, Dark State versus the Dynamic Duo. I'm calling them that. I'm saying it right now. The Young in Charge and the OG, Young OG, going against Dark State. Let's make this very clear. I want to make this really clear. I truly thought they could win. But I also knew we had one more show left, which is Deadline in 3 weeks. Did I actually think they're going to do it here? It would have made no sense. It would be better if they get a rematch at Dark State at Deadline, because there was so much interference. There was so much interference in this match, and it was a good match. Between those two, they can make magic. Do I believe it's magic that everyone's going to like? I want to make this clear because I know a lot of people do not like spots. And these two are heavy in spots. The one that seems to have at least a decent understanding of psychology will be Devon Evans. I'm making it very clear. Between the two, who is a better wrestler? It's a toss-up. Who's got more better character? It's Leon Slater. He's more charismatic. Devon is good now, but Leon had it from the very beginning. Devon did not. But who has more understanding of psychology at this point? It is Devon Evans. I never said Devon couldn't have psychology. I just never mentioned it because he never went up against somebody who's similar to himself. And now he has. He's working with someone that's very similar, who's legitimately as athletic as him, but who has at least been taught you need psychology in a match. It is Devon. Leon has it as well, but not to the extent of Devon, at least at this point. And it's mostly due to the fact that Devon has had a small circle of people he worked with in TNA. No, not Devon, Leon. Leon had a small circle of people he worked with in TNA. And Devon has had a broader amount of people to work with in NXT and WWE. That's the reason why he has a better understanding of psychology. But literally, it's a toss-up between the two. Who's a better athletic wrestler? But the question is going to be, are they just going to drop this now? And when they go to Deadline, neither one of them are going to be dealing with it. I truly believe they'll give them a second chance at Deadline. I cannot believe they would not go there unless this is not about TNA at all. Which it could be. But I think they will give them a second chance. Next. What did I think about this final match of Tatum Paxley and JC James? Actually, wait. Maybe I should wait. Let me do the backstage segment first. Well, the in-ring segment. Ricky Saints and Uba Femi. We didn't get a chance to see it when Uba showed up. But I want to say this. The segment that Uba did was actually pretty good compared to what he normally does. I'm not saying that Oba can't talk. I said Uber. Like Uber Eats. Sorry. Do I believe Oba did a good job here? Yes, he did. Ricky, I've known since 2017 or 18. I've watched him since then. I know Ricky has the gift of gab. He is that good of a talker, so I know he can handle himself. He did against Trick. He's done it here. He did with Ethan Page. He know how to talk. But Oba has always been a so kind of talker. It's not his accent that was the issue. It just didn't feel like it was full of what is the right word for this? His personality has always been a dominant one, that's obvious. But one of the problems of having a dominant personality that you can have a very dry way you deliver. It's not the tone of your voice. It's the way when you deliver the tone that doesn't have any variation, any charisma or care. Now people have gone, whoo, every time when he spoke, but it did not have interest behind it. It was not crafted in a way where it's not about him raising his voice. It's about making it meaningful. It can be dry, a dry delivery. He can say, I'm going to get you, I'm going to kick your ass. But it doesn't feel like it has a purpose, like it has maybe some level of charisma, but it just doesn't have purpose. And when he talked, I went back home, I went to train, and I am now the best version of myself, and now I'm going to kick your ass, and you will not stand a chance against me. Before, he would have said, I have gone home, I have made sure I have done what I need to do to train, and then I come back and I kick your ass. There's a difference there, you can hear it. It's about the delivery. His normal delivery is a bit dry. It just feels even. He can raise his voice up and down, but it felt just simply even, like, and he needed to go, That is what we needed from Ubafemi. And that's what we got in this segment. I felt that was the wise thing to do. Now they got the match at Deadline, which I'm cool with. Now, let me give you this. How far do I believe Trick Williams is going to be going with Miles Bourne? Not far. Now, Miles did nail Trick when he came out to say, until they get my damn title back, I ain't going to be doing nothing. But he's not going to get even a chance at that title because I truly believe he's done. The most he can do now is the tag title division. He's going to team up with somebody. I do believe that. But he got nailed in the back by Miles Bourne, who is in the Iron Survivor Challenge. And he made it very clear, I don't care which one of you is going, which one of you is going to win at Deadline, I will be the Iron Survivor. So be waiting for me. I felt he delivered very well. He actually did. I felt this is one of the better ways he's delivered, even though it's very short. It felt more about wanting something than wanting to make sure people knew that he had an issue. Because remember, guys, he has a problem with his hearing. He lost 90% of his hearing. He can hear, but it's very okayish. But he lost 90% of his hearing. And they've always booked him as someone who's hard of hearing. But this time, it didn't feel like it was hard of hearing. It's just about him wanting to be an Iron Survivor. And that's what was needed. No more of his hearing problem. It needs to be thrown away. He is just a wrestler who's going to do what he needs to win. That's what I was hoping for. And at least we got it here. Now, did I care about Tavion Heights and Josh Briggs killing each other? No. But I do believe they're going to have a match eventually that's going to make it important. Maybe a last man standings match. I don't think they're going to give them a steel cage match. They will give them either a last man standings match, maybe a falls count anywhere match, but I think it will be a last man standings match. And I know we just got one, but that might be what they're going to give them. It might be. I don't know. Finally, Izzi betrays Tatum. Finally, it's happened. It was obvious this was coming, but I felt like it wasn't booked correctly. I truly felt that Tatum needed to try over and over again to become champ, lose. Try to become champs, lose again. Tatum comes in. She's frustrated, but Tatum brings something nice out of her. And then Tatum becomes a champ, and Izzy can't stand it. And then she nails her because she tried multiple times and failed. Izzy has not had many chances at that title. She just hasn't. And that's the problem I felt that was here. That she needed multiple times to try and get that title and constantly failed. And then Tatum joined the culling. And then Tatum, who everyone knows has been treated badly, has never been able to get anywhere she wanted, she finally gets what she wants. She has a family, and then she wins the title, and Izzy just gets jealous. Yes, she shows kindness, but she gets jealous. And then she turns on Tatum because she can't stand it anymore. In this situation, when she went up against JC James, a rematch, I didn't think she would job here. I didn't think so. But I was proven wrong. Tatum lost due to the fact that Izzy screwed her. You see Sean Spears standing in front of her with his hands like this, and she's going, why? And then she gets nailed in the face, thrown back in the ring, and that rolling elbow, that's what ended her ass. And what do we see? The last scene we see is her in the ring on the floor, and Izzy, you see the rest of the culling behind her, grabs her behind her head, and she basically makes it very clear, this is you. This is all your fault. It shoves her to the ground. I just felt like they could have done more. I truly believe they should have let Izzy have multiple chances at the title first before Tatum ever got a chance to go after that title. It just feels lacking. Now, is it bad booking? No, but it feels like it should be here, but it's here. It feels like it was like last minute that someone decided, okay, we're nearing the end of the year. We need to do something with Tatum. We need to do something with Izzy. Just get it over with. And then they can have their match at deadline. That's the way it feels. And it doesn't feel fully complete. Will it still be a good feud between Tatum and Izzy? Yes, because it's obvious Tatum is going to want to go after Izzy, and she will give her that chance to go after that title. And the reason for it, this is why I believe that's the reason for Izzy. One, Izzy was never mentioned to be even ever get a chance, and she probably already was upset about that. Then Tatum didn't want to listen to Izzy multiple times, wanting to just go after people, to let them have, or go out, or just give them a chance. And Izzy feels like Tatum just doesn't want to listen to anybody. She's acting stupid. So I'm just going to make her learn a lesson. That's the way it feels. And to be honest, it doesn't feel like what Izzy would do. It doesn't. That's my problem with it. Izzy is the type of woman that when she wants something, she goes after that damn thing. And I truly believe that they gave her 2 times to go after that title. She fails, meets Tatum, and realizes she's similar to herself and could be there for her. That would have made better sense. But seeing that Izzy just doesn't like to be second best, that would have made more sense for this story. Tatum wins after trying once. Izzy tried 2 or 3 times to become champ. She failed, and I truly believe that this should have happened. But this is just me. Tell me below what you think about this. Do you agree or not? Was Deadline Week 1 alright or not? Peace.